Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, that's
Hello,
great.
Pascal.
Really, it's a pleasure. First question, perhaps, can you present you to the magazine Metal Ops? A little presentation of each guy. It will be great.
Yeah, hello,
Hey,
this is Udo. Welcome to the Metal Ops.
Hey, this is Sven Dirkschneider.
Okay,
this
nice,
is
nice.
this is Peter Baltes. I'm still looking for Pascal.
I'm here now.
He's here.
It's a crazy time.
He's there now.
So
He's
really, it's
there
a
now.
pleasure to speak to you. Really, it's a pleasure to speak to
Yeah.
you. I know that the time is very short. So
Yes, now it's getting very short.
Bye
Yeah.
bye. Bye bye.
yes, my fault. I'm sorry. But my first question will be about you just come back from Miami. A great time for you. You play in the 70,000 tons of metal.
Yes.
You are Miami, Florida, Rio in Jamaica, Oko Rio in Jamaica. How was it?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was just we get the offer on Monday and we fly on Wednesday to the whole thing. I mean, yeah, it was everything very shortly, but we enjoyed it. It was very, very nice. We did a show on the pool deck. It was quite windy and looked like maybe rain, but it was not raining, thank God. But it was very windy. But anyway, we did the show and it was, yeah, a great success. I think the people enjoyed it.
So about this album because it's a crazy album, great album. Just re-recorded of the famous album "Balls to the Wall." Great album, one of the biggest album of the career of Accept. How is born finally, and the other, of course, this idea. I suppose you speak together about that. This idea to re-record an album 40 years after. It was a little crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
Years
yeah.
after.
But it was not really planned, It was just planned that we are doing a Ball to the Wall 40 years anniversary tour. But then, on festivals, a lot of singers was asking us, "Oh, what you're doing? Something special for the 40 years anniversary of the Balls album?" And then we said, "Yeah, touring." And then they said, "Oh, we love to sing one song, blah blah blah." And then so the idea came up, to re-record the whole album. And yeah, and then we was making up a list who can be the guest singers, and here we go. And then in the end, I think it was the right thing to do.
On this album, it was incredible because you are a lot of great gay guests like Joachim Broden, Beef Bifford from Saxon,
Doro.
Sabaton. You
Doro.
have Doro
Pech.
Page too, D. Snyder, Tim Reaper Owens. It was Danko Jones too. So really, I don't say all the special guests. The first clip you did, it was for Winter Dreams. I see it. It was beautiful
Yeah.
in the snow and everything like that. It was a beautiful clip. How was the captation? And there is a lot of nostalgia in this clip. When you look at the book and you see Doro
Yeah.
review in picture and everything like that, the time has passing by. But Doro is so beautiful just now. She never changed. How was it? Why do you choose this song for to be the first clip? And how was the captation?
I mean, it was just that, I mean, with Doro, I mean, it's, like Doro and I, we are the Michael icons of Germany. Doro as a female, I am as a male. And I mean, also, I mean, this song fits perfectly. And the idea to do this in the Winter Dreams, in this area, I mean, it was beautiful, but it was fucking cold.
Yes. Peter, how do you live this re-recording? The fact that finally you record this classic album of Accept. Sven too. Also, how was it for you to participate to re-record, to do everything new finally of a classic song like that?
Well, finally I was able to play it right. I was
Okay.
yeah. You never,
It was time.
it was like a do-over in life. So I started again. No, it was very special. It was very emotional, and I was nervous. You want to do a very good job, but everybody did on this album. I have to say, everybody played excellent, and it's just a great honor to play the same album twice. It's an iconic album, and I had twice the chance to play on it, so I'm twice as happy.
Yeah. And Sven?
Yeah, I mean, it was an outstanding experience. I was very, very nervous because Stefan Kaufmann recorded my drums, as he used to do that for the last couple of years. So you're sitting there in a studio with the original drummer who played these songs, watching you and hearing you play these songs after 40 years. And yeah, it was really, really cool. He supported me a lot, and he loved the outcome as well. So I'm very proud and honored that I had the chance to play on this album, and to record my own version of them, but not going too far off of the original. So that was a great idea, and a great performance, I think, from everyone, as Peter said. And yeah, when you get the feedback from the original drummer who's recording your drums saying that you did a good job, then I think I can say that I did a good job. So
it was the first time, of course, you record this album. It was in 1983 with Dieter Dirks, a huge legend.
No, not with Dieter Dirks.
No.
That was Metal Heart. But Baltes was we had Lou Austin. He was a sound engineer and also in a way the producer. And of course he was the guy. He was working with Judas Priest and I don't know, I forgot some other bands. He did a great job, but then in the end, we were not really satisfied with the mixing what he did. So then we called my old friend Michael Wagener and said, okay, you have to mix the album. But we had 11 days or something like that.
Yeah.
So to mix the album, and I think that was already 3 or 4 days, only mixed the song Ball to the Wall, and the rest, was like, okay, here we go. So, and I mean, also at this time, the sound was also in a way unique. What we know from a lot of musicians, they told us, wow, this is a great sound and so on. Yeah, so that was also quite, we was young. Sven was young. No, Sven is still young. No, I mean, Peter and I, we were very young, we just wanna make music, and this, we was not really thinking maybe how big this album will be in the end. Yeah, and that we were very lucky. So I mean, especially at this time, okay, we were touring in Europe with the Baltes already. It was quite successful. But then, when the album came out in America, there was like MTV was at this day just
at Bangers Ball. Yeah.
on the TV, and so we had there was a chance for us that they played us with the Ball to the Wall video, on MTV. There was already like something. Then we had in America, like when the album came out, 120 radio stations played the song Ball to the Wall, and we started touring with kids in America. I mean, that was like, wow, also for us. I mean, as young kids, like, yeah, here we go. So, and then after touring a long, long time in America, we became a really international, worldwide band, so, and here we go.
You have a lot of classic album, I will say cult album, really that everybody love, like Restless and Wild and Metal Earth. Do you think that you will do the same thing for these two albums, re-recorded?
No,
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 No.
no, 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 no,
no,
no,
no, no,
no,
no,
no,
no, no, no, no, no, no, no,
no, no, no.
no, no. This is only one time in a lifetime that we do this.
Yes.
This was the biggest Accept album of all time. So you do it one time, special for the tour, and that's it. The next time Pascal can do the album.
I will listen it. Re-listen it. About the cover is very different from the first one.
Yeah, of course.
What was the idea when you choose this cover? It was a
You
a
mean
new amazing cover.
you mean not the old one? You mean the new one now
The
for the
new one,
reloaded?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about the new album. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we cannot use the old cover. You know, there are rights. So maybe there was maybe some too many problems. So, but you know, we used the Wrecking Ball where we did the video for Ball to the Wall. You know, and that was like it shows in a way everybody knows what that is and what that means. You know, you see the wall in behind. And Sven was very involved in this to talk to the guy who was doing all the stuff. But the idea was like, okay, what we are using, using the Wrecking Ball, you know, from the video stuff. And so I think I'm happy with the result of the cover. I like also the back with the hand, you know. I mean, this is also nice. Yeah. So I mean, in a way, reloaded also the cover.
Yes.
Personally, it remembers me a video of ACDC with the same monster, the track. You understand? In ACDC.
Yeah,
ACDC.
I mean
ACDC.
it had to be different from the original for sure because you don't want to do a rip-off of the original cover. That doesn't make sense. So I think the Wrecking Ball photo with Udo on it became the iconic thing from that time. So it made sense that we kind of adapt to that. And yeah, it's very different, very colorful, not as the original. So lots of contrast here. But yeah, same as the record, like old vibes, but modern sound, and so is the cover, I think.
When you record an album like that, you know that this album, like the first album, the first version was really a classic. Do you feel some pressure? You said me that for the drums you feel a lot of pressure, Sven, about the recording. And Peter and Udo, how was it? You think when you record this new album, this new version, how do you feel about that?
I mean, of course, for me, I mean, I was in a way nervous, you know, and to hit all the right notes again, you know, after 40 years. But I mean, it works. Everything for me in the end was fine. Everything, yeah, what can I say? What it works, you know. Still, the voice is working, and so I mean, pressure. I don't want to say pressure. I think I want to call it more nervous, you know, that you do the right thing.
I think it was also rediscovering how good the album was. Well,
Yeah.
we forget, you know, we've been playing them live, but when you hear the album version and song after song, you realize this was a very, very good album. Every song on the album is good. That's very rare. And especially for us now to play live, the two songs we never played live before, Guardian of the Night and Losing More Than You Ever Had. So that's an immense pleasure, and it's great. You know, we have three singers now. Sven is an absolute great singer, so now we can do the harmonies we always needed to do these songs. So it would be a special treat for the fans on this tour.
How finally, how do you choose your special guest? Is it some friends for you? You think about, I mean, about Beef before to sing on London Leather Boys. How do you know that Beef was the guy for this song?
I think, yeah, when we start thinking about the guest singers, I think we have already, I mean, of course, we know the voice of Biff, we know the voice of Joachim of Sabaton, we know the voice of Miller, we know the voice of Doro, you know, and then I think we had to say, okay, this song that fits together with the sound of Biff, for example, for London Leather Boys, or Losing More You Ever Had with Michael Kiske of Halloween, you know. So, and there, in the end, I think nobody was really mentioned that, oh no, I don't want to sing this song, you know. I think we did the we choose the right thing, you know, and yeah. So, and then I think they did a great job on this album, all the
And
guest
it
singers.
was actually very interesting, because what we did is we didn't just send them the lyrics and say, please sing the second sentence in the first verse or whatever, and do this. So we sent them the playback with Udo's voice on it, and what they did is they did the whole song. So we got the whole song from them back. And when we put on London Leather Boys, for example, from Biff, we were sitting down and said, this could be a Saxon song. That sounds exactly like a Saxon song from back in the days. And if you would put a little bit of it more aggressive and more upspeed or uptempo thrash metal drum beat under Fight It Back, it could be a Creator song, you know. And that was the cool thing about it. That was so interesting to get the whole song back from the guests, and yeah, that made it very cool for us as well. And we could choose where it fits perfectly with harmonies. And they did some very interesting stuff, like Michael Kiske on Losing
Oh
More
yeah.
Than You Ever Had. He did
Yeah.
some really interesting harmony stuff. Tim Ripper Owens did some great things on Guardian of the Night as well. Super high singing. I mean, it was, and that matches perfectly with Udo's voice as well. So there's so many different characters on this album, that I think everyone who's listening to that will find something that he likes. Pretty sure.
And there is also the incredible Dee Snider from Twisted Sister on
Oh
the
yeah.
song Losers and Winners.
Yeah.
The US guy.
Yeah, I mean, when
Yeah.
we reached out to him, he was totally up for doing it. But I mean, the whole operation was not that simple, right? I mean, you have to see on the, like, you have to check the schedules from other people. They are touring, they are recording, they are doing music videos, press, whatnot. So with D, it was exactly that. We requested him if he wants to participate, and he was totally up for it, and he loved the idea of doing Losers and Winners. But then he said, I'm moving right now. Like, I'm moving to a different area where I don't know people who I could go to. He had like his studio where he always went to in this area where he was living. So it was very close that he couldn't have done it, but he wanted to do it. So he found some studio, and for what I heard is that he recorded the song in 2 hours, which is amazing. And the vocal performance that he delivered is outstanding, and I think a very strong performance of Dee Snider.
Yes, Udo and Peter, you have this opportunities to open for Kiss. It was on 1983, 1984 in USA. You tell me just at the
Yes.
beginning.
Yeah.
What remembering do you have of this tour? Kiss was a huge band since a long time at this time. You just opened for them in USA. What remembering do you have of this incredible tour? Who
I
opened
mean,
for the
but
band?
what I remember is, you know, the first show what we did was in Worcester in US, and it was a huge hall. I don't know, 15,000 or 18,000 seaters, and we did the sound check. I was standing on stage and said, "Oh Jesus Christ." You know, what is this? You know, I mean, and like halls like this, you know, we was not used to that in Europe. But also on the other hand was like, there was Kiss was really helpful, you know. I mean, also in a way they told us how to entertain people in America. This is a little bit different than to Europe, you know. I mean,
Mhm.
thank you very much, Kiss. I mean, they give us a really good advice how to handle American audience.
I remember the stage set was a tank, and on
Oh
the
yeah,
side were two big rams, and we were told, "Do not step on the ramp. Do not step on the ramp."
yeah,
Second song, I stepped on the ramp,
yeah.
so I had to go apologize. I was like, "Don't go on the ramp." But I was so excited. I was so excited. It was like, oh my God, you can go closer to the audience. So I went. Yeah, one time.
Yeah, that was that was a brilliant tour, and we learned a lot, a lot of American entertainment, how to handle the American audience. And I thought that was a great tour.
Yeah.
So just to finish, because time is very crazy, it's very short. Well, you will go on tour just in a few weeks. A long tour. I see a lot of there are sold out show on this tour. How do you feel when before a long tour like that with this album that you will present? How do you feel? Do you work a lot for prepare this tour?
Let's say we did already a small tour in South America with this stuff, but now we do this with the whole production. So next week we start rehearsing with the whole production, with stage set and everything. And then we go on tour for 2 months, and I think we play on the 19th of March in Paris.
Very good. Yeah. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, France was always like, I don't know why, but we don't get that much offers to play in France. But now Paris, and we will see, and I think that will be a great show. And I'm really looking forward to come back to France and present now this thing to the French audience.
Absolutely. And I can tell you that there are not that many tickets left. It's 150 tickets left. So better get in there before it's too late.
Yeah.
Yes. Very
Pascal,
fast to get it.
Pascal,
Yeah.
buy two tickets now.
I will tell by 10. So thank you very much for the interview. It was really a great time to have this opportunity to speak to you, all the three guys, Peter, Udo, and Sven. Really, it was a pleasure, and I hope to see you in Paris very soon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, Fred.
Thank you
Bye,
very much.
Fred.
Take care.
Merci
Bye-bye.
beaucoup.
everybody.
Bye, Fred. Bye-bye.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Au
Bye-bye.
revoir.
Thank you very much.